Dang, I just rolled it. Look at that. Fresh scuff marks. This bitch went all over. Bent the handlebars. Scuffed up everything. I'll just it up right now. Pick this up. Scuffed it all. Shit ain't brand new no more. And my lights up too. Yeah. Oops. Skid mark too.
It's Sunday, right around 4 o'clock. I've only been out of bed for a couple hours. I've been up for maybe 4 or 5 hours, but I've been laying in bed. So today's video, I'm gonna explain or tell you a story about how I wrecked my new four-wheeler, screwed it all up, and give you guys plenty of ammunition to throw in my face in the future with probably some somewhat witty jokes. What's up YouTube, Jason here with Byte My Bits, and yes, this video is kind of a cop-out, like I need to get a video out thing because I have been super preoccupied with a thing that I did on Saturday with a bunch of friends, and I've been trying to get some stuff done for that and also working full-time. So I just have not had time to make a video, at least the one that I want to make, for about 6 days now. And I still have chores to do, things to do today that's gonna take probably a few hours or more. So I figured let's tell a story about how I have already wrecked my brand new four-wheeler and messed myself up. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. Yeah. It actually goes down deeper than that. I have like a whole back all the way down to the bottom of my buttocks, just road rash. So let me tell you a story. I know there's gonna be fan noise in the background, but I hooked up the fan to blow air conditioning out because when I got out here, it was like 100 degrees. And you know, now it's at 95. So 94, sorry, 94. So way better than 100 degrees. Hopefully that's not that bad. But I'd like to introduce you to my four-wheeler handlebar. Might be hard to tell, but this is bent as hell. I don't know if I can hold this up. You see that? It's not supposed to look like that. It is slightly bent to hell. And by slightly, I mean a lot. So this side of the handlebar got bent down this way. So I got to try to bend it that way. And then this side of the handlebar, I think got bent down a little bit, so I have to bend it back up just a little bit. I think these are supposed to be pretty straight. But the handlebar, albeit a little scratched up, is still good. So I'm not gonna buy another one because they're like $100. So as you might have guessed, I rolled my four-wheeler. I was doing donuts and I rolled it. So much so that it ended up on its back, right? You can kind of see over here. I'm really, really happy that I had this whole protective thing, because if this wouldn't have been here, then that rollover would have just screwed up all of this, all the plastic, all the backlights. But thankfully it hit this, hit all of this, and it only got a little scuff right here on the plastics, but it hit all of this. It did screw up. As you can see, I've taken apart the handlebar. Obviously I just showed you that. It did screw up the handlebar, but I don't think it messed up, you know, the shaft thing. But last night when I got home, I stayed up a little late and I was taking stuff apart, trying to assess the damage. And I got my throttle control here, right? That has an ITC switch on it, which is the throttle control, the intelligent throttle control. If I could talk. Basically, this switches it between sports mode, normal mode, or eco mode. And then over here, you can see how this thing rolled over, which I already ordered a new part, like this whole part, I've already ordered that. It hit the top of this, scratched this all the hell up. So that came out pretty bad. It kind of sort of messed this up. So I ordered another one of these. I don't probably have to, but I don't know. Just kind of messed it up a little bit. So I ordered another one of these as well. And then over here, it messed up the lights. I know it broke one piece right there, but I took this out, which is basically just a screw and a nut. And I didn't really get that far into it because it wouldn't come out. easily. So I guess there's more things in there to take apart. But either way, it kind of messed that up. And I think I might have to get a new housing or just put a big washer on there because I can tell that it ripped the plastic connector to it. It may not matter. So I held off on buying a new one on that until I get it taken apart. But it did come smashing down on this end, and you can see it right there. That's where it hit while it was rolling. And that's what caused it to kind of get shoved in and probably broke other stuff in the background. So I'm probably going to have to buy a new housing unit for the lights. So yeah, this side is a little like off, whatever, I don't know. This gap wasn't here before, so I don't know what that's from. I will be tearing into this because I also bought a new, this little control module, this lights on and off. This got pretty messed up too, so you can see where it hit. And then I bought a new brake thing, which is whatever it's called, I don't know. I only needed the cap, but I had to order the whole thing just to get the cap. This will be an easy fix, and all I have to do is take this cap off and put the new one on. But still, that looks like super scuffed up because that's where a lot of the blunt end of the force that went onto that handlebar was taken. So that is scuffed to shit, and I got a new one of those coming. But here's where a lot of the damage came in, which is basically the mud guards. And I ordered this new mud guard piece and this new mud guard piece because these took a lot of damage in the roll. And this took a little bit of damage, but that's not bad. I can live with that. This kind of irritates me. So I ordered 2 new mud guards for that so I could swap these out and make those look fresh and brand new again. And then this, as you can kind of see, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to buy a new piece here because this thing is just snapped. So I haven't ordered this piece yet. It was kind of expensive, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. It takes so much to get to that too, and it replaces basically everything, and I'm probably gonna have to do it, but I really don't want to. Either way, I definitely did some damage in my little rollover. You can even see some dried blood right there. Yeah, that was from me. But on a positive note, I got this new gas can set up here. Built a little shelf, super heavy duty. I even stood on top of it so it can hold me. It does not flex at all. This is 14 gallons. All you have to do is vent it up here, open up this line right here, and there's one underneath it as well. And then you have a gas pump, and it holds 14 gallons, which is roughly about 3 tanks. So that's nice. I needed that because I go through so much gas when I actually do drive this thing around a lot, and it takes 91 octane. So, you know, I've got 91 octane in there, and it just kind of makes life a lot easier as far as refilling back up and not having to load everything onto a truck just to drag it down to the gas station. So that's kind of cool. Now you might be asking yourself a few questions right now. The first answer is no. There was absolutely zero alcohol involved. I was driving, it was about 45 to 50 minutes away to my cousin's house to go have a little, like, you know, burgers and hot dogs and just kind of hang out type deal. But a lot of people got new toys. We're talking Rangers and other Can-Ams, my Can-Am. So we were kind of bringing toys out and riding around in a field and, you know, racing them and just doing guy stuff, I guess. It was fun, and I was super focused on getting ready for that moment, which was pretty much, I bought this and I wanted to get an exhaust on it because when I first got it, chopped the exhaust off, was running straight pipe, which sounded great, but it was loud as hell, and it was too loud to run all the time. So I ordered a brand new HMF exhaust kit that was a bolt-on directly from the engine all the way to the back with a dual exhaust. And I mean, with that and the fuel management system that I had to get with it, cost like $1,400. So I wanted to get that installed before I unveiled my new toy to all my friends and be like, hey, check it out. Yeah, power, noise. Yeah. So ever since Wednesday, I basically have been in the garage in the blistering heat. It's ridiculously hot, by the way. It's like hundreds of degrees. Okay, maybe 100. But I've been in the blistering heat trying to get the exhaust installed on this thing. And I am not a mechanic, but this was on there. And now it's got a full-on custom, like blacked out, ceramic painted, you know, awesome exhaust. I mean, it better be awesome for as much as it cost for a freaking 4-wheeler. And I was down to the last minute getting that exhaust lined up in the ports correctly because I put it all together and I did a test drive and I had a huge exhaust leak and I looked at it and I realized, duh, you don't have it in the hole. Like it wasn't lined up. It was off. And because it's such a tight fit, it was hard to get it in the hole. It's low hanging fruit, guys. Just no. So after another couple hours of basically loosening everything up just to get this one pipe in the hole, the others fell into place. And I literally, as soon as I finished it up, I started it, I listened, no exhaust leak, throw it in the truck, head on out to my cousin's house. I showed up maybe 15, 20 minutes late, but still, down to the wire, got it installed. And then that included the fuel management system. Now, hopefully I can give you guys an example of this exhaust since I'm talking about it and actually have it sound good, being that it's recorded with an iPhone by starting it up. So there you have it. I'm not going to run it that long because, you know, fumes and garage doors closed. But here's the crazy thing. I wrecked my vehicle at the same time somebody else wrecked another vehicle. I took off down the dirt road and I decided to go do donuts in an intersection of a dirt road. Something that I've actually done a lot. I mean, since I've had this thing, I've taken it out by my house on the dirt roads and just almost took road trips, like almost killing a full tank of gas, just driving around. And if I find a good, like nice gravel, you know, intersection, I've done probably, I don't know, a few dozen donuts. And one intersection I found was particularly, you know, gravelly. So I was like practicing donuts. This thing is a whole different beast from my old one. I mean, it has the power to put you on your ass pretty easily. But I've done donuts and I never had an issue, shy of one scare, but I controlled it and I saved it and it wasn't a big deal. So I go hauling ass down the road. I find this intersection. I'm like, I'm gonna do some donuts. No one's around. I start doing donuts. I'm going around in circles. I'm actually in a pretty good controlled donut, you know, like where you're steering into the drift. So you're kind of drifting in a nice circle. I had it going really well, which believe me is something I've been practicing because I'm not that good at. But I'm going, and then I come around and I hit basically a dry spot where there wasn't that much gravel. It was just hard dirt road. And I hit that and it freaking just sent me off and sent me sideways. And if you've never wrecked an ATV before, which I have flown off my old ATV, I didn't roll it, but I have flown off an ATV before. Whenever they roll, like sometimes if you got enough speed, like they'll eject you off. But if you're doing like a slow roll, like I was, because I wasn't actually going that fast, I just was doing donuts, you kind of start to roll on top of yourself. At bare minimum, you can just crush your leg pretty easily. So if you get your leg pinned, then it could also just continue to roll on top of your body, which if you're not going fast enough to inject you off and throw you basically, then that is a huge possibility. So when that thing started to lose itself, like I was kind of sort of like let's say this is straight. I was kind of sort of like this and I panicked. I was like, okay. And I just leaped off, just jumped. I was already in the motion of being thrown, hopefully off the four-wheeler, but I just freaking bailed, which was good because that thing kept going. As you can see, it did a full-on roll. I didn't see it because I like jumped. And that's how I got battle scars all the way down because I like jumped and did like this. My neck muscles hurt because, well, I wasn't wearing a helmet. I know you guys are all gonna be like, oh, you can get a helmet. I wasn't wearing a helmet, so there was like a duck and roll and I was holding my head up from getting hit and just letting my body take all of the damage. I mean, it all happened so quick. So I'm just glad that I tucked my head in and I did end up hitting my head like just a little bit. Like I got just a little bit of a knot. It wasn't even that bad. Most of the damage was on my back. And I do have a helmet. I got this helmet, which is probably the wrong style. That's what my cousin said. He said this is like a crotch rocket helmet, not like a four-wheeling helmet. So whatever. But I got this helmet. I liked the way it looked. It was a large. I thought, it looks clean, it's green, I like it, whatever. I tried it on, and within 20 seconds of wearing it, I was losing circulation in my head because it was so tight, and my veins were just throbbing, and I was just miserable. So definitely way too small. I have to go to the local helmet place and get the right style of helmet, first of all, and also the right size. So I know I should be wearing a helmet. I got a helmet, it just didn't work. So now I have to wait for all of the new parts to come in, but I also, just today, got some more add-ons, which is the reason why I bought this was for mudding, but apparently with the Renegade, the radiator is too far down low on the bike, so whenever you get into really super muddy conditions, the radiator gets, clogged up and your engine runs hot. So this is a Radiator Relocation Kit that puts that on the top of the Renegade. If you want to see what that's going to look like, just Google Can-Am Renegade Radiator Relocation Kit. You can kind of see. But I got that. It comes with all the stuff that I hopefully should need in order to get that relocated, most of which I have no idea how to do, and I might end up blowing up my four-wheeler because I am not a mechanic and I'm definitely going to screw this up. And I got a new set of light bulbs. Like, it's just a direct replacement for these. These are kind of like the amber yellow, and the ones that I got are all LED, and they're super hyper white bright. And yeah, I'm going to be taking this apart anyway, so might be a good time to change those lights out. Neutrino Lights by RJWC. Thankfully, even though I was in a lot of pain last night, I got home and I sat down for a few minutes to just kind of cool off, and I started hurting. Like, my hip is hurting a lot. Whenever I got up to go to the bathroom or something, it was just like I could barely walk. But the more I walked, the better it felt. It's like the muscles are bruised, so you kind of have to keep them moving in order to not let them settle. So basically last night when I got home, I took apart, after sitting down for a little bit, I took apart all of the damaged stuff just so I can get products or product labels and get some of that stuff ordered. So I spent, a good hour and a half just kind of looking at stuff and taking stuff apart. But this morning, and I say this morning very loosely because, like I said, I didn't get out of bed till almost 2 o'clock. I woke up about noon o'clock. I was in a lot of pain just trying to roll over to grab the freaking water bottle because I was thirsty, And I was like, I don't want to get up. My whole back hurts. My neck hurts. My muscles in my neck hurt. My gluteus maximus hurts. I mean, just kind of hurt all over. But I laid there and I got out of bed, used the bathroom, and put some ibuprofen down, and that helped a little bit, at least enough to finally get my lazy butt out of bed and start walking around and eating and just doing day stuff. But that's where I am now. I have to mow the lawn. It's not that bad as far as how long the lawn is because we've had a really hot week. But after that, I got to put some of this down. 38 plus. If you guys don't know what 38 plus is, it is an insecticide that pretty much is one of the best insect control formulas you can buy. You can just get this off Amazon too. But we have a once a year camping trip at my work, and this is where I work. We have a once a year thing. It's just all the guys that work there. We go out there, we play with all the ATVs and camp and fish and swim in the river. I've hurt myself 2 or 3 times already. I've been going for 7 years. But that's what everyone looks forward to. That's what this time of year we're getting toys and getting ready to go, and But anyways, this 38 plus we sprayed down there at a river where there's almost swamp-like conditions in some areas, and this stuff killed bugs just left and right. So I got a major bug problem in the backyard. So I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna use a little sprayer that I got off Amazon. I'm gonna mix this up and I'm gonna just spray the backyard. And since we have hot, not stormy weather, it should last me for a solid 2 or 3 weeks. And hopefully get rid of my little bug problem. I found out that there's a nest of I don't know, fish flies or something in my tree, and they're just everywhere. And then on the side of my house, there's a nest of gnats that you walk through it and they just swarm you. So, a couple hot spots out there I just want to get rid of. Back here with my cameras and infrared lights going off, for the night vision, they just swarm the back porch. At night, I cannot open up this back door without getting flooded with bugs. So I got to try to figure that out. And that's what this 38 plus is going to be. You can get this off Amazon, but I just borrow it from my cousin because he has a lot of it. So I got to mow, I got to spray, I got to focus a little bit on some bushes out front to trim those up and make those look better. You know, yard work, chores, stuff like that. Also, I made a mess in my garage trying to last minute get everything set up for yesterday. So I got to go through and clean that up as well. I got a lot to do and it's already 5 o'clock now. So it's like, and I got to, you know, edit this video. So there's that too. I realized after I closed this video, I never told the story of someone else rolling their vehicle at the same time I did. So when I went down and to do my little four-wheeler, you know, the donut rollover thing that I did, actually literally at the same time, someone else was in a field with their daughter. And even though he was told to put on a seatbelt, he did not put on a seatbelt. He was borrowing someone else's razor, turbo razor, super fast razor. He was borrowing someone else's toy and went out to a freaking field without a seatbelt, and basically him and his daughter ended up getting hurt pretty bad. So that happened, I want to say probably very close to the same exact time that my rollover happened, you know, coincidentally enough. So I rolled over, I kind of got the wind knocked out of me, and I kind of, you know, I had to lift my four-wheeler back up and get it on all fours. But I drove back and like they're all in the field and they're like, dude, you know, they just hurt themselves. Like, you know, come here. The guy that was driving, he was on the ground. He was, you know, kind of knocked. He got a concussion. He looked like he had, you know, a lot of stuff wrong with him. But what was worse and what really kind of hurt the most, and just, I don't know, I wasn't wearing a helmet, but I am a grown man, you know, like if I don't wear a helmet and I kill myself, everyone out there can say I told you so, but no one out there can be upset at anybody for it. Like, I'm not saying I shouldn't wear a helmet. I know I should have. But if I don't wear a helmet and I kill myself or hurt myself, there's no one to blame but myself. So, I mean, if anything, I got life insurance. So there's probably at least one person out there that's going to be really happy that that happened, you know? So it's my choice. You know what I mean? So when you have your daughter though, that's what bugged me, because you have your daughter, someone tells you, put on your seatbelt, and you say no, you're just going to go drive in a straight line real slow and then come back just to show your daughter how the machine works. So you basically refuse a seatbelt and instead tried to go hauling ass through a field and take a sharp turn running a machine that you have no idea how to run. And you eject your daughter and she ends up getting a head wound and breaks her nose and she has a huge knot and I mean teeth. I mean, it was a bad accident. Thankfully she's going to be okay. He's going to be okay as well. But I mean, if you want to put yourself at risk, that's on you. It's your life, I guess. If you want to do it, if I want to ride without a helmet, it's probably stupid, but I do. So I'm working on a helmet situation, but that's not stopping me from riding now. Just don't put your loved ones in danger. Like if you ride a motorcycle, for example, you know, if you want someone to hop on the back and ride with you, like let's say your girlfriend or something, like give them a helmet. You know what I mean? Don't force them to ride 60, 70 miles an hour down the road with nothing between them and death. You know what I mean? Like be responsible. If it's someone else's life, you are responsible for their life. If they deny it and they're old enough to say, I am going to take that risk, that's on them. But you got to protect the people that you love. That's all. So I'm probably going to end this video with just a little bit of a montage of, I don't know, random stuff. But thank you guys for watching. My next video is I want to explore the AI for Blue Iris. I just need time to like test that and get that working or whatever. I remember, I don't even know how it works, but that was something that was super interesting to me when I heard about it. So I want to test that. That way I can have possible like human detection and actual movement notifications based off of, you know, it seeing a human. That's what I was told. Again, I haven't messed with it yet. I don't know everything about it or really much at all about it. All I heard was AI of Blue Iris. So that is my next video that I want to get done. I just got to do it. But guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and have yourself a good day.
Good boy.